what I can see where you get stuck is you think, number one, it could be one of these many things. Yeah. So, first notion you have that the body arising should stop arising, or the assumption that this person is the doer, that doership arising in the world should stop arising, or the assumption that this person is the experiencer in the world, that arising should stop arising. You create a notion that arising should stop arising, which means you're saying waves should stop happening in the ocean. Will it be an ocean anymore? No. Do you see this? You may not say it in the exact words that Ekta said it right now. You might not be as articulate to say it in this way, but it is a subtle hidden notion where you are expecting that the person should become like the Buddha, which means no doership arising in the person, no experiencership arising in the person. This is your expectation. Are you seeing this? This is also coming from conditioning about whatever Buddha stories you read. No, that's not what is Ajatavada. The ocean will continue to have its waves. So the person arising will happen. The body notion will happen. Yeah, it's the doership notion in the person will happen, and the person will get up, go cook, clean, teach. Yeah, am I telling Ekta, no, you cannot teach now? No. Action will happen, but that action is not seen as action anymore. It is only knowledge of action. Similarly, at the Drishti Srishtivada level, I was the witness of the action. Now I don't see even that, because that was the focal observer in the center of the observation field. No, there is even the knowledge of the witness. There is no witness. There is no observer. There is no center only. Yeah? So there are no arisings. There is no body. There is no world. There is no witness of the body-mind world. Means what? You have a wrong kind of subtle impression that all these should stop arising. No, the waves are going to continue arising. Yeah? There is no body means I do not see it as a body anymore. It's only knowledge. There is no mind means I do not see it as a mind anymore. There is only knowledge. There is no world means that there is no world made of matter out there anymore. It is only knowledge. Not even a projection. Projection was at the lower level. When I've started walking on the third part of my hike, the first part was from the valley all the way to the Drishti Srishtivad level. At Drishti Srishtivad level, I told you there are sub levels where I keep walking round and round in circles. Yeah, and then there is the next part where I actually walk up. Even if I've done a little bit of walk from the Drishti Srishtivad to the Ajatavada level, little bit, I can look back and recognize all these sub levels where I was getting stuck. So it's possibly this first level where you're getting stuck, where you're still not seeing everything as knowledge yet. You're still expecting that the person should stop arising. No, it's an incorrect kind of expectation from these arisings. I'm showing 4, it's numerous. Name, fame, wealth, whoever gave you happiness in a relationship. Enemies are a big, strong arising. This person gave me feeling of hatred, feeling of jealousy, feeling of greed or disappointment, etc., etc. Those are individual waves. I'm showing four. There are a zillion such waves. All become only knowledge. Maybe this part is missing. Yeah, this is the first part. Not seeing everything as knowledge and expecting that the arising should stop arising. This is probably my obstacle. Yeah. The other level of obstacle is you have developed a new attachment to being the witness of the body. Earlier, your attachment was to this body-mind person. Yeah. That attachment shifted to the witnessing level. But you've got attached to the witness, so you're not ready to let go of that central focal observer. Yeah, that could be some people's issue. You figure out. I am just throwing out different obstacles that I have noticed in one-on-ones with people. So maybe this is your obstacle, new attachment at the witness level. Remember, witness is also the I thought. Witness is also the I sense. So maybe this is my obstacle. Yeah? New attachment. Next attachment, I already told you that you've created an intellectual idea of the witness and you have an intellectual idea of not self and nobodiness. But it is not your direct seeing yet. That could be your obstacle. And this happens with people who are very intellectual, who've read a lot, who have listened to a lot of talks. Then the first thing you should do is drop all that listening, all that reading. Stick only to one thing. Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. My direct seeing is the only way out of this. Nothing else can get me out of this. Yeah, and as you have done the Vairagya retreat, you can go deeper into Vairagya Shatakam verses and recognize, oh, I still have this raga, this raga, this raga. Whoever did the Vairagya retreat, for you, there is an additional thing. You bring up the Vairagya Drishti book and see, oh, I'm still stuck here, yeah? This raga is still there, this raga is still there, this raga is still there. Those who've not done the Vairagya retreat, you still have the book Vairagya Drishti and maybe you can understand it now on your own. If you don't understand, send me a question. But unless you come to the Vairagya Drishti retreat, then only can we have the whole book together. Yeah, so you start reading and recognizing, where is the raga? Where is the raga? Yeah, raga could be a problem. And raga is very sly, huh? It hides behind the witness also. Another kind of issue that can happen at this level is because of that hurriedness. You want to now get to the top very quickly. Oh, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. That hurriedness, that you'll recognize it as a restlessness within. You are masking that restlessness as interest on the path. Yeah? It's a very subtle seeing. Can I see restlessness is a different feeling from the intense feeling of alive emptiness. Alive emptiness cannot have the restlessness feeling. Then if this restlessness feeling is there, this is my obstacle. Be with it. You cannot fight with it. You cannot push darkness away. Just be with it. Recognize it. Look at it face to face. I was missing you, Mr. Restlessness. Mr. Hurriedness, I wanted to get enlightened quickly, quick, instant. No, it's not in our hands. No, nothing is in our hands. You're again going back to that old belief of space and time and continuity, and there is a progression, and at a point in time in this progression, I will get enlightened. Oh, but I've slipped back down to the valley conditioning. I don't even know it. I just see the restlessness and I think that is the interest. No, at this level, a softness should start settling in. A vairagya should start settling in. A dispassionate clarity should start settling in. And it's a natural thing, huh? It's a very natural arising. I cannot say, okay, from today I'm going to be dispassionate. No, I cannot cultivate it. There are no seeds of dispassion I can sow and have a tree of dispassion come out of it. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You cannot cultivate it. You cannot practice it. You cannot force yourself to be dispassionate. No, no, no. Dispassion is a natural blossoming which happens if your viveka is done 100%. So that's why I said go back in the progression, chapters 1 through 9, something, some obstacle. If not chapters 1 through 9 of Atmadarshan, then something in Atmanivritti. Something I have rushed through. That hurriedness is reflecting as this restlessness here. Super clear? Yes, stop expecting that all obstacles are going to go away for everybody in one blow. No, everybody has very specific obstacles that you have projected. And withdrawing from your own projection is like poking your own ego. Do you realize this? Yeah, it's that ego that does not like the poke and makes that obstacle even stronger. Oh, you're trying to fight me? I will fight you. That's how the ego is, So recognize this. Oh, my own projection, my own reflection from the past is my obstacle. Only I can work on it. Only I can work.